In Greece, there is a hospital where a young boy named Michael Morbius, who is 10 years old, befriends another boy named Lucian, whom he later names Milo. They share a common illness related to their blood and both long to be normal. Their adoptive father, Nicholas, who is also the director of the hospital, arranges for Morbius to attend medical school in New York while he takes care of Milo. After 25 years, Morbius declines a prestigious Nobel Prize publicly, which he was offered for his groundbreaking work with synthetic blood. However, his colleague Martine Bancroft discovers that Morbius has been secretly capturing vampire bats from Costa Rica with the intention of splicing their genes with his own in order to cure his condition. Upon learning of his illegal experiment, Morbius informs Milo and receives funding from him to equip a private mercenary vessel in international waters with the necessary equipment. Although the experiment successfully cures Morbius, it unintentionally transforms him into a vampire. In self-defense, Morbius kills and drains the crew members who attack him out of fear. But once his bloodlust subsides and his senses return, he becomes horrified by his actions. Morbius erases all the recorded CCTV footage of his experiment and contacts the authorities before jumping overboard. Morbius returns to New York and discovers that he now possesses superhuman strength, speed, reflexes, and echolocation, resembling his vampire bat companions. To control his bloodlust, he relies on his synthetic blood, but gradually finds it insufficient to satisfy his needs. FBI agents Simon Stroud and Al Rodriguez begin investigating the mysterious killings linked to Morbius and eventually deduce his involvement. Milo learns of Morbius' cure but becomes angry when Morbius refuses to cure him as well. Meanwhile, while visiting a hospitalized Bancroft, Morbius stumbles upon a dead nurse who has been drained of blood. Believing himself to be responsible, he tries to escape but gets cornered and arrested. In prison, Milo visits Morbius and offers to use his wealth to secure his freedom. However, Morbius realizes that Milo has taken the cure and killed the nurse. He escapes prison to confront Milo, who remains unrepentant and admits to his crimes committed under the influence of bloodlust. Milo encourages Morbius to embrace his newfound powers, but unwilling to harm his brother, Morbius flees. Morbius meets with Bancroft to inform her about Milo's actions. He sets up a new laboratory and develops an antibody to combat and eliminate vampirism, intending to use it on himself as he fears losing control over his bloodlust. Stroud and Rodriguez discover footage of one of Milo's attacks and mistakenly believe that Morbius vampirism is spreading. They release the footage to the media. Nicholas recognizes Milo in the footage and desperately appeals to him to stop. Enraged by Nicholas' perceived favoritism toward Morbius, Milo injures him and forces him to contact Morbius. Morbius witnesses Nicholas's death while Milo attacks Bancroft. Morbius rushes to Bancroft's aid, but she dies in his arms and he succumbs to his bloodlust. Drinking her blood, Morbius confronts Milo and uses his ability to control bats to restrain him. And inject him with the antibody. Milo dies, and Morbius flies away with the bats, mourning the loss of his loved ones and fully embracing his identity as a vampire. Unbeknownst to him, Bancroft is revived as a vampire herself elsewhere, having consumed a drop of Morbius' blood while he was feeding on her. In the mid and post-credit scenes of the film, Adrian Toomes finds himself transported to Morbius' universe. Having deduced that his transportation is related to Spider-Man, Toomes approaches Morbius and proposes that they join forces as a team.